Hello, Priest, and good evening, sirs, and welcome back to Krown's Magical
Enough!
Earth Cave.
Well, welcome back to Krown's Crypto Cave. It is a very late day here today from actually a very bright and sunny Helsinki, Finland. I do want to welcome you to this new time of these live streams. I want to see exactly how this one goes. So with that said, please do let me know in the comment section if this is like a good time change for you or not, and we'll kind of maybe go over it for the next like few days and then see where the community kind of generally sets in around. As I don't really have a natural predisposition between both these times, so we'll see how it goes, and perhaps this does become the new time. Perhaps we just do a little bit of an early morning wind up like we did this morning for the short term. And with that said, I would like to wish you the best, and the happiest as always. Anyways, I would like to put the focus now on the Crownchain application. Holy fucking moly, man. Jesus Christ, fellas. These comments are fucking screaming right now. God damn, man. Hope everyone's having a nice little day. And yes, let's put the focus now on the Crownchain application, which can be found at app.crownchain.net. We actually do see that Bitcoin dominance has shot the fuck up as Bitcoin does test a little bit of the short-term and medium-term downside range, as we spoke about from this morning's short-term video. However, I need to be extremely fucking careful with what I say today, because while yes, the short-term is bearish, do not make a mistake. I'm still not bearish on the high-term timeframes for Bitcoin specifically. Anyways, with that said, into the market underlying dynamics we go. And do we see anything that's actually even changed from this morning's video? No. Open interest, the exact fucking same. Fear and greed index, pretty much the exact same. Bitcoin dominance did head up about 1%, so I imagine altcoin Bitcoin parents getting absolutely fucking hammered right now, but that's okay because most people here for Bitcoin or more well, actually you never really know, especially in today's market. Top 10 best coins, top 10 worst coins. I see a bunch of 2017 shitcoins over here, and I see a bunch of the coins that were there from the last few days now into the top 10 losers coin. So with that in mind, I don't really think anything is kind of sticking out like a sore thumb as far as that goes. And what's up, Yope? Just wanted to give you and Elsa some love. Hey man, massive thank you for that. Been watching your videos for the past 2.5 to 3 years. Holy shit. Big thanks for sharing all the knowledge and all the good fun, especially. My pleasure, man. My pleasure indeed. And it's all love, man. Anyways, into the market data tab we go. Is there anything of particular interest right here? Yeah, open interest is still kind of flat alongside Bitcoin, more or less playing within the short-term time frame range. Not even technically breaking. Well, we did break the short-term time frame range, but realistically not breaking structure here on the high-term time frames. Most importantly, which is what I really want to focus down on today's video, as I do believe that there is a major opportunity in the not-so-distant future. Actually, as far as the funding rate goes, do we see all exchanges coming back down below the 0.1% threshold? We do, except for FTX with the massive middle finger right here, as we did denote yesterday. That look, yesterday when we did see all of those exchanges above the 0.1% threshold for it was like 36, almost 42 hours, or sorry, almost 48 hours within that time frame, we did say yes, this kind of plays into a bit of a short-term pullback narrative, but again, short-term pullback not to be confused with long-term reversal. I want to be incredibly fucking clear about that. So with all of that said, is there anything on the dashboard that I want to get back into? Yes, the liquidity zone. Mr. Eric and Ken got their newsletter coming out, a new edition, I believe actually this week, or maybe it's next week, something like that. Anyways, check that out if you want to do a deep dive into traditional markets and get like a bi-weekly newsletter for that, as they do ramp up production. And oh my god, there he is. Kazo Kijian has reported to the party. Holy shit, he's here. Fuck yeah, man. I always get pumped up when I see Kazo Kijian. He just brings the goddamn energy, man. Love you too, brother. I love this new stream time. Okay, perfect, man. It sounds like this is so far off to a good start then. Anyways, I think that we've kind of covered everything over here that I want to speak about thus far. Definitely check out last night's podcast episode that I uploaded if you're so interested in such things. We had a really, really good one with Mr. Z Felds of the Trade Network. I really enjoyed that conversation, as I have been enjoying, well, all of those conversations really, but man, he really just nailed it, fucking hit it out of the park, and I want to give massive props to him and massive love to him. Anyways, into the charts we go. Let's see what we got going on over here. Bitcoin coming down below the 20 simple on the daily as far as that goes. What's up, Crypto Angel? Can you do some TA on Theta USD, please? We will definitely get there, no doubt about that, but I would like to get through Bitcoin first, and then we'll follow up on some of the shitcoin requests here. Anyways, with that said, I do still look at CME gap as very much relevant here, all the way down at about 54,500-ish region, of which a $500 premium over spot price action would put spot price action somewhere around about 54,000 bucks. So I do still think that Bitcoin is likely to come back down around there. But again, that actually is kind of where I'm looking at this as likely an opportunity, at least in its current posturing. This is still very much an uptrend, and as long as Bitcoin is above the last higher low at 52,500 on CME chart, I don't really see any major reversals to be had right here. In fact, this is still just a nice stair-stepping up behavior in an overall consolidation on the high-term term timeframes, mostly denoted by, of course, our volume signature, by our volatility signature, and also the Bollinger Bands as well, which is kind of volatility based. But as they squeeze more and more on price action, what is the assumption here? It is that we are looking at a consolidation, when the consolidation within the current context of the overall trend on all higher term timeframes is still, well, more or less an uptrend. And I do still look at this as more likely to have continuation especially as long as we're above the like $52,000. There's no real talks of reversals as long as that condition is being met. Anyways, with that said, I want to go over here to our regular charts as it is Wednesday, and Wednesday about this time we do see that these charts kind of come into parity with each other, or actually more like Tuesday. Anyways, with that said, we do see the 55 crossing the top side, or sorry, crossing the bottom side of the crossing to the upside of the bottom side Bollinger Band. Yes, that's the word that I'm looking for right here. The same interplay that we had back on over here, the same interplay that we had back on over here, the same interplay that we had back on over here, and way the fuck back on over here, and a couple times in 2019 as well. Anyways, throughout all of these have been continuation phases as far as the trend goes. You can see this one right here pops up with the 20 simple, boom, up. You see this one over here, same thing. See this one over here, same thing, onwards and forward and forwards. Anyways, my point is that I am looking at this pullback as an opportunity, not necessarily in its current posturing right now. I do think that Bitcoin probably has a little bit more downside to go, but with that said, I do think that a lot of the extreme exuberance within this market, both to the upside and the downside, is completely unwarranted when Bitcoin's quite literally fucking sideways as hell. Sideways as F is the correct technical term for this, and I really see no change of behavior from a higher time frame perspective, as long as Bitcoin's below 61,000 or 60,000 bucks and above about 52,000 bucks right there. Oh, Mr. Rowe, there he is. Take off your top, show some skin. Got bored of Mark B's mum. Actually, I heard a little birdie on Twitch told me that Rowe69 has actually boned Mark B's mom. Is this true? I don't know. I actually don't know at all, but that is what the internet does say, and who am I to disagree with the internet? The internet is undefeated. Is it Stifler's mom? I don't know, but apparently one of those guys is very much convicted of sending unwarranted Z's pictures to our customer support. What the fuck is that all about, man? Anyways. AM says, skeet skeet, new time is lit, TTT. Thanks, Dad. I am not a dad. I'm just a friendly guy on the internet. Nothing more, nothing less, sir. Mahadu says, no more dishwashing at this hour, sir. Why am I here? Actually, that's a good question, man. No more Crown's Kitchen Cave. It's fucking banned, baby. Anyways, yeah, so, as far as the higher term timeframes go, I mean, again, there's really actually not anything too massively interesting to be looking at it right now. We do see momentum also is turning down. Technically speaking, we do see daily MACD is having a bearish cross, but we don't necessarily have an actual breakage of structure here just yet. It is looking rather like that we do get it by the end of today, but a closure below the 20 simple would really start to help out that narrative for another $2,000 or $3,000 dumpola, if you even want to call it that, down somewhere around about 54,000 bucks, give or take, about 500 bucks from that target. So with that said, in a more sincere tone, I do want to bring these back up, and we do see daily Stokes coming back down. On spot price action, not necessarily the best thing of all time, and DMI ADX is not really favoring one directional momentum over the other. Again, it plays into the narrative that we are very, very likely still looking at a consolidation at a high level first and foremost. I will be very, very happy to get bearish if Bitcoin does start to put in a downtrend. But again, a downtrend in the context of this current price action needs to come back down below 52,500 on CMEs, or about 51,500 on spot price action. Doesn't matter which one happens, although CMEs would be a lot more obvious. They probably happen simultaneously if it does happen. But again, I'm not necessarily looking for that to happen, as I really haven't seen one of the many things that I'm looking for to denote a major top within this market cycle that has fired off just yet. So again, I need to be very fucking clear with that. Kind of following up from this morning's video, as we do see Bitcoin test a little bit of the short-term and medium-term downside range. Anyways, 2-day just coming down to test the 10 simple as it is right now. I don't have any major issues with that in its current posturing. And 3-day is having what? Well, we do see the 20 simple is coming in where? Right below 54,000 bucks. That's rather interesting now, isn't it? And is this one actually closing today? No, it is not. Actually just open. So this one's rather young in its little 3-day dildo life. But overall, I do still look at this as likely to put in a base, at least on the first pass, for a nice bounce at about 54,000 bucks. Come back to it after that and, well, judge it from there. Anyways, into the lower term timeframes we go. Let's start it off with the 4-hour over here. Bitcoin bouncing off the 200 simple and 200 exponential average, which is a pretty damn classic move right here. If you are the scalpy scalp type, which I typically am in these moves, well, there is your scalp already up about $1,000 almost from the current low of about 55.5 all the way up to about 56.4 it looks like. And do I think that there's a little bit more on this bounce short term? Probably yes. I wouldn't be surprised. But overall, if we do go level by level here, or if we just go range by range, it's pretty damn simple. Here's a breakdown point from earlier this morning, or just the last 4-hour dodo essentially. That's 57,100. As long as we're below there, no talks of even a short-term reversal should be had, at least in my opinion. I do still think that Bitcoin likely makes a leg down to the 2 spot 272 right here, which funnily enough, if you are looking at this from an ascending triangle or just an uptrend perspective, that would be coming in right confluent with that region at about $54,000. Also, again, synonymous with the CME gap, just below there as well. Now, the daily, I think on my main charts right here looks a lot more obvious like that it wants to go down a little bit further. We do see that daily TSI technically is having a bearish cross. Again, this is not necessarily, this is not within the bearish buy zone, so don't look at this as like an actionable type thing. It's more or less saying, hey, Bitcoin first and foremost likely tries a little bit of consolidation here, and then if we start to see this actually cross below the bullish buy zone into the bearish buy zone, that's at the point where I do start to look at this as potentially producing a reversal. If that comes alongside of Bitcoin breaking $52,000, that'll be pretty damn good for me to look for, at least for some significant downside, probably back down, or very extreme likely back down below $50,000, probably somewhere down around 45 if I had to guess. But again, very, very well and far away. And while conditions for a reversal need to be, put out there, at least from my end as a trader, I'm not necessarily looking for that to happen, to be honest with you. But then again, me looking for something to happen has nothing to do with the probability of that actually happening. At the end of the day, it's always a game of statistics, and that is why you always need to have a plan for what to do if your main idea goes wrong, because it can and will fucking happen, especially in a market of infinite possibilities. Looking at this right here, though, we do see a clear and obvious trend line coming in from our last few tops in January 9th. Connected with our last few tops in late February, and then our more recent one in middle of March, and then this guy right here, you could essentially draw a regression right here and say that the momentum actually is increasing to the downside a little bit over time. But again, this is all within the bullish buy zone. I don't look at these as actionable at all in any way, shape, or form. For like a trend trade, and again, until the trend actually does reverse, I'm not going to be calling any sort of reversals at all whatsoever. I have one incredibly important condition, as always, for calling a market cycle reversal in Bitcoin specifically. That is, it's something that's been working since the dawn of time. It's something that's been calling all macro reversals 100% perfectly. Not perfectly. It doesn't get like the actual top and the actual bottom, but it gets you on the same side of the trend for at least the next year or more. And that is a weekly reversal. And are we anywhere near even putting in a weekly reversal? No, your last higher low would be way the fuck back on over here at about $45,000, and that is pretty far away from current price action. Again, if we look at this on a weekly, I don't see anything bearish about this, to be honest with you. I look at this as essentially it is higher highs and higher lows alongside the 10 simple, with all major moving averages chasing and all major moving averages having a positive slope and all lower periods trade above higher periods. That is classically a good signal. Now, with that in mind, again, doesn't mean that we can't have another test down to the 10 simple, which guess where it is? Right around $54,000. By the way, again, hints, but overall, I do still favor the long term here. Short term, however, a little bit different, as the market does like to bore some people out of their minds, which is pretty much the best way to get everyone on the wrong side of the trades, as people, both moon boys and doom boys want the fucking massive girthy green dildo to the moons, and the doom boys want the massive girthy red dildo down to the fucking core of the earth. But realistically, what is the market going to do after literally going fucking 500% to the upside from 10,000 to where we're at about $60,000? Probably going to go a little bit sideways, right? And that is why we really want to be incorporating a more long-term look at this, mostly because I'm kind of speaking my own book right here, as I've kind of become more of a long-term trader myself now, as the market cycle does switch around right around here in September, October of the past year. Anyways, with that said, back to the lower term time frames we go. Let's see what the other momentum oscillators are suggesting right now. We do see 4-hour RSI getting back into the bearish control zone for the first time since really late March right here. Not necessarily looking as constructive as it once did, but that actually hasn't been going on for a couple weeks now, so fair enough on that one. Anyways, typically speaking, your first sort of test into this region does produce a bit of a bounce, and that is why I would be looking for a short-term bounce off this region. But again, as long as Bitcoin's not closing any sort of 2-hour or 4-hour dildos back above the breakdown point of 57,100, I still look for this to probably have another slight leg to the downside at the very least. Now, again, another sort of thing that I wanted to follow up from the last few days here was the continuation signal. Just another kind of way to get this short-term downside move, as we did take out the 5th of April's low, which was the condition yesterday and the day prior for essentially looking for a bit of a short-term and medium-term reversal on Bitcoin here. And if that does indeed happen, where it's targeting to be, at least for myself, about 54,000 bucks. Funnily enough, the 55 exponential moving average right here, this green moving average has actually been holding up a lot of these. Well, actually, no, it hasn't really been holding up many of these. In fact, it's mostly been the 21 in this case, but that would be starting to crawl its way up towards about 53.5 to 54,000 bucks as well. I imagine over the next few days, very, 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 very likely right there. Jesus Christ, man, a lot of these comments are moving so fucking fast. I do apologize. I will try my best to get to, I'll try my best to get to all of them as much as I can. But I would like to get through this analysis first. We're only 26 minutes into this bitch, and man, I got, oh, fuck. Mouth is moving today. Anyways, 4-hour TSI also giving a little bit of an advance notice on that bearish dump that we did see earlier today. Again, giving you the bearish signal, or sorry, the bearish cross within the bearish buy zone right here. That was actually the last tick of last night. So that was right here, actually, right here when Bitcoin was trading about 58,000 bucks. Again, this is why I kind of do like the TSI. It will give you a slight advance notice of those price action. Now, of course, it did take another, what is this, like 1, 2, 3? Yeah, so another 12 hours, about half a day of price action in order to get that move. But you know, again, good things come to those who wait. Red dildos come to those who wait, right? Anyways, yes, kind of cruising around all of the lower term timeframes. I'm curious if we do see essentially agreement between them, and 3-hour looks almost exactly the same as the 4-hour. Bi-hourly looks incredibly similar as well, and hourly all pretty much trading in concert right here with each other, as they all look for a little bit of a short-term bounce and then probably a continuation drive after that. Into the medium-term timeframes we go. Let's check out the 12-hour and see what it's doing right now. 12-hour is not giving me all that much right here. Yes, we are getting test down to the 55, and yes, probably does bounce a little bit more. Wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin officially test, maybe even back up to 57,000 bucks in the short term. However, I would not call this a local low, at least in its current posturing. I need to see Bitcoin close 4-hour dildos back above 57,100 at the very fucking least before I even look for a short-term reversal on this. Until then, I still essentially angle my own dildos a little bit more to the downside. Not that I'm actually even actively trading this one myself. I haven't really been actively trading the short-term timeframes for a while now, except for a few ones here and there. But for the most part, long-term timeframes kind of been where it's at as well. This asset has been trending like in a fucking biblical sense here. Anyways, looking at the Cyan 89 exponential average, where do we see it right now? Guess where? 54,000 bucks. Once a fucking again, that number popping up its rearing up its ugly head, right? On top of that, HVP very, 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 very low here. The only way to go is up from that from that posturing. Of course, not up necessarily with direction. That only gives you that only gives you the percentile of volatility. More importantly, though, when it does come to direction, it does seem like most things are slightly neutral to downside, essentially, within the context of the greater range. So with that in mind, is there anything else that I want to be talking about right here? Maybe we can go over here and see if the 12-hour is showing anything of particular interest. 12-hour coming down to the 55 once again on a Trollender bands, but that doesn't mean all that much to me. Funnily enough, the daily 55 right here, this green moving average, has actually been holding up a lot of the more aggressive dumps throughout the full-on reversal on the macro scale at about October on the break above 11,000 bucks. So with that in mind, Bitcoin did come back down around here once again. Again, I look at that as an opportunity first and foremost. And where is it coming in around? Well, the next tick likely does take it up to 53,000. And I imagine over the next few days, could maybe even be pulled up all the way to 54. So still, to kind of wrap up my thoughts on Bitcoin, short term, a little bit more downside continuation. However, I don't necessarily look at this as a break, or at least a reversal just yet. The conditions for reversal are very, 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 very clear here. And I would not even be, entertaining the thoughts until we actually do take out this last prior higher low in a more, in a more grounded tone right now. Anyways, is there anything else that I want to check out? Yeah, traditional markets I really want to check out as well. Where's my main chart right here? And let's pull up SPY right now. SPY is the one that's kind of been leading most of the charge in the more short term. And what are we looking at? We're looking at a very short term reversal right here. Again, overall, what is this to be considered? It's to be considered a consolidation at a high level. Do I think that it comes back down to 40.40 or 40.45 as I said on this morning's short-term analysis video? Yeah, I do think so. However, I would be looking for a bounce around there. There's really nothing bearish to me at all about the weekly as it stands right now. Could it, maybe put in like some sort of an island top? I mean, it's possible here, yes, but that would still take at least another week of price action to really fully confirm. So with that in mind, I do still favor the medium and higher term timeframes. Short term, however, yes, I would be looking for a little bit of downside alongside Bitcoin's price action, which these two assets assets are very heavily correlated. Same thing with NASDAQ as well. I'd be looking for this one to have a quick sell-off after our first target was met, which was 13.6, which we hit yesterday, it looks like. Actually, a little bit above there, in fact. Oh my God, it blew through. Crown's wrong. It was $50 above. No, overall, same thing here as well. I'd be looking for another move down, maybe just slightly below 13.5 region. But most importantly, the weekly is very clearly putting in a higher low right here. This is accompanied by exactly what you want to see, which is hidden bullish evidence between this point and this point. Yes, it's not showing on my RSI right now, but that's because my look back period is 26 rather than 28. And I would be looking for this to very likely over the next few weeks here, probably test back up towards 13.8 and fulfill that divergence. And well, we'll get to that bridge when we cross it, I suppose. But more importantly, I would probably be looking for no-time highs on that one as well. Let's go check out Dow Jones here too. And this one's looking a little bit more toppy to me, actually, especially on the daily. However, is this a confirmed local high? Have we even taken out yesterday's low? It looks like actually we have, yes, by $3, $3 whole dollars right there. So if this one does want to come down with the rest of the market, I would be looking at a move towards a 10 simple. However, extremely short term, does it play out a bounce along the 4-hour 21? Yeah, likely yes, but I do think that it has a little bit more downside to go alongside the rest of the market, which would essentially just be a retest of the breakout from about 33,150-ish region right here in middle of March. So overall, most major markets, most major indices are in concert right now, and I still do, I still at least favor the upside until we have fully confirmed reversals, of which right now we don't even have a confirmed high just yet, although it's definitely getting close. But is this a reversal dildo right here on this sort of volume? No, not really in my experience. I want to see some more climactic like what you see right here, which was actually marking off low. Anyways, but Krown, says Ricky Bobby, but Krown. There we go. Hey, what's up, Pedro? How you doing, man? Massive thank you. Massive love to you, sir. We got Pedro, we got Caretaker, we got all of our lovely moderators. Maybe even Elsa's in here too. She smells, but that's okay. And oh my God. Anyway. Oh yeah, I love beef liver, man. It's the best. But they can't hear you now because I turned on the noise gate and there's no more screaming elves in the background anymore. Anyways, with that said, fucking Eurodollar is popping back up, you bastard, you. Let's go check out some Caretaker ranges really quick, and then we'll get some comments, as I think I've kind of said my mouthpiece thus far. Whoa! it's the CEO of Simpcoin. What the fuck? It's her. Her name is actually what the fuck, it's her. Anyways, looking at Caretaker ranges right now, actually 4-hour is getting a little bit of a low side dump thus far, calling a little bit of a bounce there, but it says not to get too cute with it. $57,000, a natural resistance, as that was the breakdown point from prior. Now, again, I do think that just like I've set out conditions for a reversal on high-term timeframes on Bitcoin, I should set a few more conditions for a low-term timeframe reversal on Bitcoin, because they are obtuse to each other right now. Low-term timeframes obviously down, high-term timeframes obviously up. So in this case right here, it's very, very simple. Just going level by level. As long as we're below 57,100, there is no talk of a reversal to the short term to the upside once again. Realistically, though, I'd actually want to see a move back up above 58.5 would be good for me, but generally speaking, this is still looking like it wants to have a little bit more downside. I'm curious also what our Stokes look like on our main charts, on our secondary charts over here too. 4-hour Stokes coming all the way down. Actually will be hitting this trend line probably on the next tick or two. So I do think that Bitcoin's very close here. I want to be very, very clear about this as well. If I am going to err on one side, I'm going to err on the side of the high-term time frame trend. And in this case, you can see that this trend line coming in from our last few lows, late March right here, and more recently in early April, 4th of April to be exact. That would be very likely in contact with our 4-hour, maybe not the next tick, but the tick after that, extremely likely. And that is also coming in right at the edge of the bearish control zone, a very natural sort of place for a little bit of bot activity to be closing. Well, at least their shorts over here, which they opened a few hours ago. Anyways, 3-hour, what do we see right now? Yeah, this one's not turning around just yet, so I don't look at that as likely to lead into the 4-hour. So that likely does play into at least another try down. Bi-hourly is kind of flip-flopping around, and hourly is doing what? Nope, that's 90-minute. Hourly is down as well. So we do see a lot of agreement between the short-term timeframes, except for the 3-hour, but fuck the 3-hour, because the 3-hour is the odd man out, of course. Anyways, let's see. What about the 12-hour? Is this one still coming down? Yep, 12-hour still coming down as well, and daily still, actually, yeah, in its very early stages of coming down here too. So overall, again, short-term timeframes, yeah, looking for a little bit of downside. But until we actually put in a reversal on a daily, I just don't think that is, at least myself, given my own rules, I cannot really be looking for like a major reversal until at the very least that happens. Oh, Mr. Spliv, I see you, sir. I see you. Just so you know, Crown doesn't shower after the gym and eats liver. You do the math, sir. Math is fake. Fuck you. 1 + 1 = 3, sir. And I read that online, so you know it's true. And Nimbo's here too. Fuck yeah, man. And Alex Switch. Holy shit, man. We have all of the mod squad in right now. This is beautiful, man. This is absolutely fucking beautiful. Nimbo, Elsa, Alex, Pedro, and Caretaker. It is a family affair right now. Absolutely love it, man. Anyways, I'm going to pull up some of the comments that I missed earlier and see how far back I can go. Hopefully I can catch everything. Oh, nice. I can catch everything. All right. So Crypto Angel, again, apologies for taking so long, but I did want to get through that. Let's get on to Theta, US Theta. My keyboard over here. And no time frame. Okay, so if you are going to make a request, I'm happy to look at it as long as it's like one on TradingView, but it would massively help out me if you gave both a base pairing, which you did, and also a time frame so that I can have some sort of an idea of like what you're trying to look for, what you're trying to do. Anyways, as far as Theta goes right here, what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at, again, an uptrend. I mean, I can't hate this chart, especially as long as it's above the 21, which is essentially holding in the higher lows thus far at about 11.5 bucks. I will refuse to get bearish on this thing as long as that condition is met. Even if it does close below 11.5 on, would this work on a 4-hour? A little bit lower than that, about 11.25 on a 4-hour. I would be looking for, a decent move to the downside, somewhere around the 200 simple at about 9.5 to 975 region. But overall, I'd be looking for a bounce there. Until that happens, I do still remain with the upside as it stands right now. Weekly is more or less fine. I mean, this is just a little bit of profit taking right here on low volume after a closure on new all-time highs on significant volume. Actually, rather stand out right there too. So I look at this as more like, still kind of erring on the upside. However, again, if that condition is met, anywhere below here on a 4-hour closure, 11.5 bucks that is, I'd be looking for another couple bucks down, that is. Anyways, moving on. Let's see. I see God Zucks. What's up, JG? Holy shit, man. This is Matt Chapman. There he is. Did anyone let Omar know about this? Bitbird, how you doing, man? Holy motherfucking moly, man. All right. Goddamn. Rereading Rose comment right now. This is good. Oh my god, man, these are so fucking good right now. All right, let me try to figure out exactly what the hell is going on here. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. God damn. All right, let's see. Where did I miss this? Jesus, man, this is just please send all your Z's dick pics to customer support. Oh dear Lord. Coop says, why is CME important when volume is fairly low? Not being a smartass, I just truly don't know. Why is CME more important? Because it's the most professional exchange. And actually, no, volume is not low. The volume is always, first off, within the context of the current market. And what you probably don't know about CME, which is leading to these, no offense, but very just ill-informed beliefs. Yeah, ill-informed beliefs. Again, I've never like judge you as a person for thinking that. It's just, you just don't know. So CME, the way that it represents this in its contracts is that for every one contract, that's actually equivalent to 5 Bitcoin. So when you're looking at it right here, this is actually a lot more than what it shows on TradingView, for example. And then on top of that, this is the most professional market. This is actually, I believe, the second most traded futures market now, and that's including OKX. I believe OKX is number 1, and of course, CME's is now number 2. Here's the thing though, OKX and most of these crypto Wild Wild West bullshit exchanges, they have been known to allegedly fake those volumes. And when I say fake those volumes, I mean like they're wash trading essentially. And look, I wouldn't put my name on it just because, it's very difficult to prove, to be honest with you. I think that it's also rather obvious at the same time too. So with that in mind, CME probably for all intents and purposes is actually the number 1 traded futures exchange. If you got rid of all that nonsense, it's very, very difficult to trust the data of these unregulated exchanges. I mean, even CME in the way that they do things is like, it's not perfect, but at least it's better. It's more standardized is what I'm trying to say. So yes. Dodgymon, what's up, man? Hey, Pedro, it's all good, man. Pedro, you don't need to time everyone out, man. It's all good. I think people are just having fun. Captain Crypto says, finally, my Bitcoin sleeping cycle goes along with the live streams again. He, ready for the buzzer. Well, he, my friend. Should be all good. Fingers are ready, sir. Kelly Kellum says, tune in as always, my fucking man. Happy to have breakfast coffee with you. Oh, baby. It is my late day wrap up, but it is your early day morning. I love it, man. Fucking love it. Now give us a damn edge. Well, I mean, that's basically it, man. I mean, you got a little bit of a extremely short-term time frame bounce where we're looking at right now, maybe back up to 57, and then I'd probably be looking for another try to the downside. But I do think Bitcoin is closer rather than not. Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's see. Hey, welcome to the cave, Miss, or is it Mrs. Laura Stone? We got a lady, guys. Oh shit. Wait, actually, we don't actually know exactly what gender she would like to be portrayed as, but I definitely see long hair in that biopic. So you know what? It's fucking true, baby. It's fucking true. We are all inclusive. There's gonna be no more. There's gonna be no more posts about women not in crypto. Look, we have a fucking girl, a lady. No, I don't even know. Look. We have long hair in the cave, and that's exactly what it means. I see Mark being here as well. Beautiful. Melanie Rosetta. Ro doesn't have a sister for any of you degenerates. How do you know? Wait a second. Melanie Rosetta, Ro 69, Rosetta. That's his sister! It's Ro's sister! Oh my god! Guys, fucking get her right now! Go Lucky says, hi bro, is your beard turning white? Actually it is, and it's very concerning. And I'm not joking either. Both my beard and my ball sack are getting white hairs, and it's very nasty. It's very bad. It's true. Trading makes you bald. This could be true. Yes, there's a high correlation here. I started with Elvis hair. Now I'm bald eagle after 3 years of trading and watching you. It also might just be, transferable. So apologies for that, man. I know that it sucks, but it is what it is, sir. It is what it is indeed. But Crown, says Ricky Bobby. Love it, man. All right, there we go. Let me try to pull some up over here. Yeah, Pedro, you don't need to ban everyone, man. It's all good. I think people are just having fun right now. Paranoid's also a good friend, so I think probably fine, man. Probably fine indeed. Charlie Pip says, Crown bro, Charlie bro, please look at XRP USD. Sure, man. Yeah, XRP actually deserves some love. It did hit our $1 target from like fucking ages ago. XRP Africa, this is your time to shine, man. I'm sure that you're here somewhere. I just need to keep an eye out for your name. But yeah, overall, man. We did have about a 90-cent target and then a 106 target. It actually looks like it overshot both of those to 114. Wow, powerful. No, 111 actually. Do I think that there's more on this? Actually, I do think so. But you didn't ask for a weekly. You asked for a daily and a 4-hour. Let's check out the daily right here. Daily still trending to the upside. I look at this as trend in motion, just an extremely volatile and immature asset, we'll say. As long as it's above about 75% right here. As long as it's above 75 cents, I do favor continuous upside to the next major area. I mean, we already hit the 110 region, so probably going to spend a little bit of time going sideways here. Long term, though, I don't really see any real reason why it wouldn't join the rest of the market. I mean, it's Ripple, man. It stays alive just long enough to survive the next market cycle and get one last pump. But in this case, the next sort of area of interest would be about 140, and then of course 280 or prior high on top of that on a weekly schedule. But on a daily, again, I do favor the upside continuation on a daily schedule as long as it does not crack back down below 75 cents. If that happens, rally's over, and I'll be looking for a full retreat, probably undo the whole rally back down into the 40-cent region. But I don't think that that's what's happening right here. I think that this one's generally going to join the rest of the market. Look, there's no more greater evidence needed. Well, maybe for some people, but this is once again great evidence that the crypto market moves together, right? It moves together in various forms of strength, which you can refer to as the rotational market. The strong ones rally first, the weak ones rally last. This one traditionally has rallied last, did the same thing in 2017, did the same thing, doing the same thing right now. And you do see that this is, it is going to generally fall. Everything in this market does essentially get a free ride to rally. It doesn't matter that the technology is great. It means almost very little, honestly. What's probably best for coins to rally the most is to be actually more new in a lot of cases. The reason why that is because the newer that the coin is, the less that they actually have to deal with all of the bag holders from the past market cycles still dumping to get out of, break-even positions, in Ripple's case, from people way the fuck back on over here who bought well above, a buck. And in many cases, just the whole fucking thing, right? So this is another reason why this thing likely does move a little bit last. You can also make a statement on, of course, the technology itself, whether it's considered security or not. Yeah, I get that. But at the end of the day, man, look, this thing still has open litigations against it, and it's still going to join the rest of the market rallying in spectacular fashion as it typically does. Look, my point is that all these altcoins in this market, they typically do follow the same sort of, well, dynamic behavior in the sense that when it's a bullish Bitcoin market, all the altcoins kind of get to join in through. When Bitcoin starts to turn around, more often than not, for 90, probably even 95, maybe even more than that, maybe even 99% of altcoins, they will lose a strong portion of that rally over the next few years to come. So with that in mind, the real skill in a lot of these altcoins is judging when that next macro reversal happens, because that's the time where, well, party's over time, right? Anyways, with that said, Elsa's laughing like crazy. I need to sip of this water. So just uno momento while I suck it on down. Take my back hair and put it on top. Actually, my back hair is very soft, I'll have you know, and that's actually a really good idea. Thank you for that idea. Elsa, you're in charge of shaving me and gluing it back on, sir. That's exactly right. Yeah, I bet you wish you didn't say that now, bitch. Anyways, what point was on? I forget what point I was on. Oh, you asked about a 4 hour as well. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour looks like it's putting in a low right here, honestly, man. I do think that this one is generally going to go a little bit sideways. As long as you don't crack back down below 75 cents, I'd be essentially looking for it to join the rest of the market, to put it in more relatable terms. Robert DeRue says, hey, Crown. Hello, Mr. Robert. Could you take a look at YFI USD on Binance Daily? Sure. YFI USD. Let's see, Binance, and you said daily specifically. Okay, gotcha. Oh, nice. We got everything laid out right here. Pretty good, actually. Pretty damn good. This one looks like a clear and obvious uptrend for the history that we do have. Again, a history that only goes back to August 2020, literally less than a year. So that does definitely deserve, saying. But as per the conversation that we just had, do I favor the upside here? Yes, I do. I mean, this is very clearly a reaccumulation at a high level, pretty much at the prior all-time highs, and now stair-stepping up right now above all major moving averages. All major moving averages do have positive slopes. And I'll be looking for this one to make a stab towards, what the fuck? Is this $45,400? What the fuck is this thing? What the fuck is this? YFI? What? Oh, I need to look this up. Is this real? Hold on. YFI. What the fuck is, what? I'm just going to type in, what is this shit on Google? Absolute shitcoins, YFI and YFII. When will people learn? I don't know, man. Looks like they're actually doing fine right now, to be honest with you. Anyways, okay, well, I'll get off that tip for now, because apparently that is just a never-ending hole. I'll maybe search that up later. It doesn't matter. Either which way, do I think that this one joins, or do I think this one maybe even leads a little bit here too? Very likely, yes. I mean, this is actually quite good right here. Momentum oscillators are extremely constructive for the information that we do have. Daily TSI crossing above the bullish buy zone, while it essentially breaks above the medium-term range, above, what was this, 39,830-ish region. Yeah, I favor the upside here overall. There is one condition that I would have for looking for a reversal, and that would be, very simply put, this. That would be any sort of a daily closure below the last higher low, which is all the way down here at about 35,650. Oh, that's great. So only $4,000 in positional risk. That's really healthy to fucking trade. Okay, so I think I'll just ignore that one for now. But yeah, fair enough, man. I mean, that is a history that we do have, and yeah, I would actually still favor some upside there, to be fair. Hey, what's up, Josh? How you doing, man? Love the new streaming time. Fuck yeah, man. VET, USDT, Binance 4 hour, 12 hour, please. All right, I got USD 4 hour and 12 hour, please. Okay, I guess Binance is gonna be the one to go to. And what do we have on the daily? Daily's continuation. Again, I'm sure that someone's going to say, but Crown, we have Darth Maul dildo at the highs here. Yeah, we do. But look, hey, you have hidden bullish evidence right at the edge of the bullish control zone. It's getting its first in there. This is, and I'm not a lover of this coin. This one typically got the soundboard treatment for the last couple of years. Can't really do that anymore. Daily TSI remaining in the critical zone. That's actually quite a good signal for continuation of trend here too. And this one's pretty damn simple as well. Look, I'm going to be bullish on this one with targets up to, if I can get a nice retracement right here. Let's see. Let's do something like this. Oh, actually, it looks like I already have done it. I'd still be looking for a move towards like 13.5, maybe even 14 cents over time. Actually got really fucking close right there. It looks like, nah, maybe not so much. But again, I'm getting off track here. This one's pretty damn simple to trade. If you are looking at this as a potential reversal, the way to trade it is the same way, no matter which way that you kind of look at it. If we take out the low side of today's daily doodle, which is 9.785 cents, I would look for, at the very least, a medium-term reversal. Probably comes back down, test back down around about 8 cents. However, until that happens, I remain bullish. And if I had to call it right now, yeah, just based off of daily RSI, I look for this one to expand to the upside. More importantly, actually, you didn't even ask about a daily. You asked about a 12 hour and 4 hour. 12 hour looks like it's trying to put in a higher low after the breakout. 4 hour looks like a retest of the breakout. I mean, I don't hate this as long as it does not take out the current low. If it takes out the current low, I would look for a medium-term reversal, and we can talk about it again tomorrow. But for now, at least for the information that we do have, I'd be looking for a little bit of sideways, nice little healthy consolidation, then probably continuation next couple weeks. Cause D says, word on the streets is that Hex USD Uniswap daily is looking strong. Oh boy. Oh shit, we got the Hex shillers back in the house. Hex USD, is that right? All right, on Uniswap. So it trades HitBTC and Uniswap, two extremely unregulated exchanges where almost only shitcoins live, and on no other exchanges, by the way. So let's just start it off with that. And this one's Hex versus USDC and Hex versus UST. Hex versus USDC on an incredibly illiquid marketplace against a very illiquid base pair on an already illiquid pair being Hex. That's a fucking recipe for greatness. Let's just see what the chart looks like right now. Is the word on the street correct? Is the word on the street bullish? I mean, look, man, again, you have one of those massive wicks to the upside a couple days ago right here. And if you are going to be looking at this as a bit of a reversal, the way to trade it is quite literally the fucking same, man. As long as this thing's above 1.9 cent, I can't be bearish on it. I do have to look for continuation, and I guess I generally favor the upside. Is there any issues with this? Daily Jewel is given a soft sell signal, although I want to see all of them curl down right there. And I would actually lean into that sell signal if you do see this one come back down. Sorry, it's not 1.9 cent. It's be about 1.94 cent. If you take out that area, especially on a daily, even on it, or well, actually, this is a 4 hour. Let's go to a daily. Oh, daily looks toppy as fuck. I spoke too soon, man. I was looking at the wrong time frame. What did you? Oh no, you did not. Oh no, you did say daily specifically. Okay, so the day is a little bit easier here. If we take out not today's low, but yesterday's low, which is, let's see, 181, I'd be looking for a nice little medium-term reversal back down to about 1.6 region. If I do go back down to the 4 hour, I know you didn't ask for this, but I do think that the 4 hour still has a little bit of chance to kind of stair step its way up here. But it's not as dire when you get a signal like that on the 4 hour, especially on an asset that's this young. I don't feel too confident on this, to put it bluntly. I really don't feel confident on assets that are have less than like 5 years history, for example. So cryptos are mostly going to not meet that criteria. So fair enough. As long as that condition is met, I do think that it would be warranted just based upon my personal rules. I'd still be looking for bullish continuation, but if as soon as that condition is met, man, I'd be looking for this one to come down significantly, led to 1.6 or 1.5 cent region. Anyways, moving on. What else do we got here? What else do we got, sir? Mr. Najan says, Zer, pi site. Oh, god damn it. He said the pi word, motherfucker. I sorely regret ever talking about the pi cycle indicator. Holy fuck, this thing has become the biggest meme in this goddamn market. Okay. Sir, the pi cycle indicator will signal top soon. Even if we rally hard after that, how likely do you think it is that the top is more than 1 month away? Well, actually, the faster that you rally, the faster that signal will actually produce itself. So first off, understand what the indicator is actually based off of. The faster that quite literally, if Bitcoin were to rally from here, it will cross faster than if Bitcoin just went sideways or even down. If it went down, the percentage would actually kind of go away from each other. Anyways, more importantly with that, how likely the question that you have is actually if we just separate it from the goddamn pi cycle shit indicator and we just focus on the second portion of your sentence, it actually is a very good question. How likely do you think it is that the top is more than 1 month away? Look, if I had to give my general opinion of what I think this market is actually doing, let me actually pull it up right here just so that we can all kind of be looking at the same thing. If I had to give my opinion of what this market's actually doing, and this is not the way that I trade. This is just me talking shit on the internet right now. This has very little basis in actual like standardized indicators and whatnot. What I actually think this market is doing. Oh Jesus Christ, this chart's fucked. Let me take this off for a second. All right, pi cycle, you gotta go. And let's go to the BLX index right here. There we go. And I need to take away all this as well. If I give my opinion on what's actually happening here, what I think is likely happening is we're doing something similar to 2013, 2014, where, yeah, I actually do think that Bitcoin is getting pretty damn close to putting in probably a little bit of a high. And probably spends some time going sideways and down and shaking some people out of this market. Here's what people expect based off the history of this asset. People expect, or the general market malaise, if you will, is expecting that Bitcoin will essentially just go mostly in a straight line to the next macro cycle high without any without anything out of the ordinary. And look, there is some merit to thinking that way, absolutely. But I always, when talking about the long term, like to recall back to Nassim Taleb's books, especially Fooled by Randomness, where in this case, look, we're only looking at the past in this case, and we, for whatever reason, expect that the past will always be predictive of the future. And what's the classic signal? Past results are not indicative of future, behavior, whatever the fuck it is. Anyways, more importantly with this, what I'm looking at right here is it actually does kind of work out long term, to be fair. And on top of that, what I could say is that if Bitcoin put in a major high, I wouldn't necessarily say a cycle high, but a major high within the next month, for example, which I think is actually rather, it's definitely possible, absolutely. Then I'd probably be looking for Bitcoin to probably reaccumulate lower and then try again higher later. So far, this cycle within the context of all macro cycles has been rather muted. If you look at it from a log curve perspective, you can see that we are actually just barely above the yellow zone right now, which is pretty much where we got in 2013, actually, just so to speak. Anyways, on top of that, three of these cycles actually have hit the top side of this. Again, this is essentially a regression. It is kind of fitted, so I don't really trust it all that much, but I do think that it is interesting in some cases. Can I bring up this as, wait, why is that not populating? That's weird. Maybe I need to go to Bitstamp for this. Let's see. Maybe I can go to Bitstamp. Wait, no, this is not coming up at all. This is so strange. What's going on today? Let me give it a refresh. TradingView seems to be doing some weird shit. Sometimes TradingView just really makes you wonder. They focus so much on their social aspect that it's like, do people actually fucking trade here or not? All right, here we go. Finally, got it up. Okay, so what I want to bring up is this really awfully named indicator, which is actually kind of interesting. It's the Bitcoin Investor Tool. I despise things that are named, similar to that. It just like reeks of fucking marketer bullshit. But more importantly, if we go here to BLX Index, what we can see is that what we could see is that anytime that Bitcoin has gotten above the upside red ring, if you want to call it that is when Bitcoin has actually gone parabolic mode. And as you can see right now, Bitcoin has tested it a few times right here, not actually broken above. And I wouldn't be surprised if he'd actually test into that region and then maybe reject, reaccumulate lower, and then try again higher. I don't think that this thing is going to be done in the same way that everyone expects all the past prior market cycles, because we are into a different sort of era of Bitcoin. This asset has matured. It's no longer just trading on crypto Wild West exchanges that are unregulated. It trades on CME. CME is also talking about mini futures contracts for Bitcoin. SIBO is talking about listing it once again. Options are on the table as well. And of course, I've been saying this for a while now. In ETF, I do think is actually rather likely within the next year, maybe 2 years. But I do think this year is actually probably the year, to be honest with you. Of course, we got Coinbase direct listing coming in like a week. Yeah, literally 1 week from today, actually. It's going to be the 14th, so it's going to be next Wednesday, literally 1 week from today. And that's going to be an event, and that's going to be your typical sort of interpretation of events, which is what? Buy the rumor, sell the news. What happens during events like CME futures? Well, people hype it up leading into it, not because it actually means really all that much. I mean, long term, it's good. It is more acceptance into the general, traditional landscape. That's definitely, adoption in some cases, but it's like a long term thing, right? Does it like change everything at the end of the day? No, it's just another place to fucking trade Bitcoin. Yes, it legitimizes it, but people act as if this is like the fucking ticket to green dildo highways. No, it's not. I mean, no, when you really think about it, that whole narrative is just, it's silliness. So what happens is that a lot of the market movers know that they can play into the retailers' perceived thoughts because, well, it's pretty simple to see what most people think about this. And then drive it up into that sort of event, then dump it on or a little bit after that event. And then, well, what happens after that? I would imagine we probably go through some sideways, consolidation, probably maybe even come back down to like, $40,000 or $35,000, and then maybe try another move higher over time. Now, like I said, I would certainly not hold myself to that statement because I would not make trades based off that. Look, I'll tell you exactly what I'm looking for at the end of the day to call a top on this market. It hasn't changed. I've uploaded like a 30-minute video on it, and the biggest and most important one for myself is looking for a weekly reversal. Anytime that you've seen a weekly reversal on Bitcoin, you have seen a macro move essentially transpire from that. We're talking about all the way back on over here, going all the way back to 2011, quite literally, the genesis of Bitcoin. Well, I guess a year prior to that. But all of these, while they haven't necessarily got the ultimate high or the ultimate low, it does tell you, hey, time to get the fuck out of this asset at about $16,000 in January 2019. While it doesn't necessarily get the low of 3,100 right here, it tells you, hey, it's time to maybe get long at about $4,000 right here. So fair enough. This is, we have the displeasure. We have this very unattractive way of looking at things in like the short term and not really kind of looking at things as like a continuous market, which realistically this market's been, not Bitcoin, but markets in general have been around since the dawn of mankind. They're going to be around longer than hopefully longer than we live too. Assuming that there's no like sort of horizon zero dawn extinction event. Anyways, Cole Evans says, how's it going, Crown? What's up, Mr. Cole? Can you take a look at Cardano USD on Binance, medium and long term? I'm going to go with a 12-hour and a daily, if you say medium and long term on an asset that's like just a few years old here, okay? Okay, and you're okay. Yeah, that's okay. Nice, that's it. And good to see your name once again, man. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. It's actually really cool. I honestly do remember just about everyone who's been here for a long time that I've like had an ongoing conversation with. It's actually one of the nicest parts of this, in fact. Anyways, looking at the 12-hour right here, again, a consolidation at a high level. You see very clear and obvious rising bottoms coming in from the last couple lows right here, almost synonymous with the 12-hour 55 at about 110. I have nothing bearish to say about this until that level is taken out on, at the very least. This is actually a daily. Oh yeah, you said medium and long term, so I'm gonna go with a daily and a 12-hour. 12-hour, same shit. We could also go to a 4-hour because I think a lot of people look at that as medium-term time frame too. Again, just a consolidation at a high level here. I have nothing bad to say about this, essentially, as long as it's trading above that last higher low. Now, if it does take out that last higher low, I would look for a reversal, and I would look for a big move down, well below $1, probably down to 85 cents, which is from signal given to next low. That's a 22.5% move. Until that happens, though, I still remain with the trend. And to be quite honest with you, man, do I think that that's what's happening here? No, I don't. This is a very classic play where you do see a breakout to new all-time highs. What happens, soon after that, you come back down and retest the prior all-time high, in this case right here. You just draw a nice, I'm sure I probably even have a trend line already there. Yep, I do. And then bounce off it. And as long as that condition is met, there's no real like long-term reversal to be spoken about. We saw the same thing on Bitcoin, of course, right here from your $20,000 high right here, and this sort of stutter step that you see as it sort of broke above and retested it a couple times. And then same thing on Mr. Butyrol as of recently too. Well, not on that chart because we don't have too much history on this one. We can go to this chart over here, and you can see that your prior $1,300 high was retested a few weeks after actually breaking it right here before continuation onto the upside. Again, when I look at this chart right here, am I bearish on Mr. Butyrol long term? No, I'm not. I'm just straight up not looking at this chart right here. Do I think that we could have some short-term downside? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's really nothing too crazy about that, but overall, looks to me like it just kind of retested that region once again. Anyways, let's see. Moving on. Fuck, I missed it. All right, shit. I just lost some of my some of my positions. Fuck, can't see exactly where I left off right now. All right, I'm gonna try to scroll up and find where I last looked. Oh boy. Oh fuck. Okay, it's. Okay. Apparently I can't go any further back than what I'm at right now, so I do apologize if there was anyone missed here. Please feel free to spam Elsa and she'll let me know. And I'm going to start with Tanner right now. All right, Tanner Lodish says, first time I ever got to see you live since I live in Eastern Standard Time. Hey, nice, man, and good morning to you, sir. Thanks for your work, and the podcast series has been amazing. Thanks. That's just a nice, positive, healthy comment. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Much love to you, sir. Let's see. Ricky Bobby says, there is pills that will keep the hair you got. Don't stop. Gry? What is gry? I don't know, man. Honestly, man, if I start to lose my hair, like actually really start to lose it even more than I already have, that sucks for Elsa, is what it means. Not my problem. BG said, Elsa says I'm going to get a wig. Am I going to get a wig? Will you pick one out for me? What color will it be? Oh, I'd love to fucking hear this answer. Oh yeah, blue. Okay, that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm gonna be blue like my fucking balls, or I look like a goddamn clown. BG says, sir, bro. Hey, what's up, BG? I miss catching your live streams. By the way, podcasts are great, man. Very, very happy to hear that. I didn't know if I'd enjoy. Well, it's not that I didn't know if I'd enjoy doing the podcast. I didn't know if I'd like be able to do it. It's different to do these videos here where it's mostly a one-sided conversation, but to have like an ongoing conversation where you kind of riff off someone else, that's actually really, really fun, and I really do enjoy it. So I'm very glad to see that people appreciate that, or at least find it in some way helpful. Okay, cool. Ty Webb says, can you take a look at Mara daily and weekly, please? Sure. All right, Mara, I think this is a Bitcoin miner, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Marathon Digital Holdings on NASDAQ. So it's like an actual stock. Again, looks, well, did you ask about it for? No, you asked about daily and weekly. I imagine it's probably going to be looking good. Daily's obviously continuation here. I believe you had me look at this one at the end of last week, and I believe that we are seeing maybe our first target being, no, we're not seeing our first target being met because I haven't actually put it up here just yet. But it looks like it did get the breakout, so that means that my target of 67.25 is likely going to be initiated. Short-term pushback right around $56, which we're actually kind of getting right now. Oh, wow. Big down open right there. But if this, I'd probably be looking for a short-term downside move, long-term continuation. So if this one does want to come back down, test around like $46, I don't look at that as problematic. Long-term though, I look for this to continue onwards and upwards. But let's go to a weekly and see what the, oh, that's right. This piece of shit. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Okay, this is not, I have to take back a lot of that analysis. Look, this would be a great place to reverse if this thing does want to reverse. I mean, this thing's had a fucking phenomenal rally thus far. This is like in traditional markets too. I mean, not every day that you see a 15,000% rally in 1 year. Oh my God. Yeah, a bit of with really, I mean, this is a pretty nasty correction right here. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see this one trade a little more sideways. Long term, short term, if I look at this, I don't hate it. I do think it has a little bit of short term downside, but very likely still does have a little more upside long term. You said, okay. I also got the request to my Discord. All right, I'll get to that. And we got some more time. But yeah, if you do spam just like some sort of a ticker, one of the mods will moderate you, I guess. So please understand, if you're just gonna like spam things or use all capitals and shit like that, it's just kind of annoying for everyone else who's being more or less a normal, well-adjusted human being on the internet. So the mods will take care of you if that's the case. Anyways, Jonathan Washington says 1 BTC daily. Okay, right. BTC. We'll go to Binance and we'll do daily right here. 4 out looks like a little bit of a bouncy bounce. Daily looks like a bouncy bounce as well. I'd be looking for a bounce to transpire from this region. This one's had such a fucking phenomenal run as well. I mean, wow, that is just insane. I do think that this one has a bit more bounce to go though. Probably back up to 275 and then come back to it after that. Let's see, what does a low term time frame look like? Yeah, low term time frames look like a little bit of a bouncy bounce here too. Now, do not confuse bounce with reversal. I do not like this chart, honestly, but I do think that it does carry out the bounce a little bit more. Again, anywhere around 275 is certainly not out of the question there. Hey, what's up, Poncho? How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Empire? Ethereum USD, please, Czar. Sure, no time frame given though, so I'm gonna default to a daily in this case, and let's do like a 4 hour daily. 4 hours, very obviously a bounce back off the 89 exponential average right there, 1935, basically your prior breakout zone, classic shit. I'd be looking for this bounce to carry it up a little bit more, probably up somewhere around like 2025 region or 2020 region. See what the daily looks like right here. Yeah, I'm almost always going to look for a bounce off the first test of the 21 after a long stint of it being away. And again, man, I'm not bearish in any way, shape, or form off the weekly right here. I'd still be looking for long-term continuation to 2,500 and 2,800 respectively, medium and long term. Even this as an ascending triangle still has a measure move, about $2,500. And again, if you are looking at this as an ascending triangle, the measure move is still active as long as you're above the breakout point. And the breakout point is where? Basically where you're bouncing off of right now. So I look at this first and foremost as a classic retest, and then at least bounce. And then as long as it remains above that region, I cautiously bullish, I suppose. Here's the thing though, Empire. If this one does start to crack back down below 1950, I would look for a full-on return somewhere down around the 618 or the 55, which is actually one and the same right now at 1750-ish region. So that'd be my condition for a more medium-term reversal there. Oh man, I'm already losing my voice. Jesus Christ, we're only an hour into this bitch. Rebeladia says, will you look at Solana USD or USD on the 4 hour and 1 day time frame? You boomer. Thanks, man. Sol USD. Let's see, Binance maybe? Oh, fuck, I really am starting to lose my voice. Daily's continuation, 4 hour is... 4 hour for us continuation, man. I'm not bearish on this chart. I'm looking for new highs on this one, actually. Do I have any targets to give? Let's see if this one's already hit all the fib targets. No, it has not, in fact. Actually, nowhere near. Next area of interest to the upside would be about 2780. And above there, you got a free ride to a little bit over $30. And yes, I do think that it very likely does hit those. There's nothing bearish about the short-term timeframes, and weekly's continuation as well. Yeah, I favored the upside here. Looks good. One of the better charts today, actually. One of the more obvious charts today, too. Okay, J Tree says Dan on New York Stock Exchange. Okay. Symbol DAN. Okay, and you're saying in daily, weekly. All right. Okay, it's this one right here. Looks like it's putting in a higher low on the weekly, but daily may be trying to reverse. Thanks, and have a beefy day. Hashtag gay for motherfucking TA. Yeah, weekly does look like it's trying to put in a reverse, or sorry, a higher low right here. I do like that there's a golden cross on the weekly as well. It's also broken the downtrend as far as I'm concerned right here. A big move above 21 bucks was kind of the key in that. So generally speaking, long term, I actually would favor upside. No, I disagree with you on the daily. I do think that the daily is actually postured for some more upside right here. I see really good volume on that move back above the 21. That to me is very telling, alongside the daily TSI, which is looking for a bullish cross here in the bullish buy zone off of hidden bullish evidence right here. Yeah, I'd be favoring a move back up to about 26 and a quarter, 26 and a half, and probably continuation off that. I do like this chart again. Okay, cool. Harry Sachs says wow, how old am I? Can't fucking handle Harry Sachs. All right, so I'm gonna take a sip of this water, and you marinate on that username. Oh, okay, here we go. Can you take a look at KCS, please? Is this Cutcoin? All right, we'll look at Cutcoin here. You didn't give a base pair, you didn't give a time frame, so I'm just gonna make it up, baby. We're doing KuCoin on Derp Exchange and versus the Derper. To be honest, man, well, no, I don't know. A healthy amount of I don't know on this. I don't want to be bullish on this piece of shit, but it is bullish. Yeah, it's bullish long term. Short term probably sells off from this region. I mean, classic area right here in January 2018. For that massive catastrophic drop. But then again, it's already played out a pretty nasty pullback from that region. Is that enough, might you be asking? I mean, that's a 30% move. This is a shitcoin after all, so I mean, these things can move in that fashion. I have to be bullish on this one as long as it's above 770. Here's the problem. That's a 30% move from where we're at right now. So is that helpful? No. Is that why I hate trading altcoins? Yes. It's too much risk, if you're going to play structure in this case. Generally speaking, though, based off the weekly, I'd be favoring very likely a retest of prior all-time highs at 19 bucks. Most things in this market are doing that. Probably trades a little bit sideways in the short term, however, and then I come back to it after that, man. You can see that I'm really struggling with this one, to be honest with you. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. What else do we got, baby? What else do we have today? Mr. Luke T, thank you for that, brother. But feel free to have a message. He's just, it's got an emoji. That's cool. The pie hole. The old pie hole. Jesus Christ, man. Peace, love, guys. He just loves the Tron. Sir, if you're asking about Tron, you got bigger problems, man. No analysis is gonna save you. JG says, but MM Crypto says it's over. Did he give an O face or not? No, I don't see how you could be bearish on this when it's literally in it's still a daily uptrend. It's in a lower term time frame downtrend, yes, but I'd have to respectfully disagree with Mr. MM there. Okay, cool. Miles says, happy hump day. Happy hump day to Mr. Miles. Please look at Ethereum USD 1 hour. Okay, we looked at Ethereum earlier, but now you're given a time frame. This is cool. Hourly, I'm probably gonna be looking for a bounce. Oh, what do you fucking know? Looking for a bounce. I'd still say 2020 to 2025 region. Very likely. I wouldn't even be surprised to see this one turn into a bit of a higher low right here. It's going to be very difficult for me to get bearish on this market. Now, if Bitcoin does take another leg down, I'd be looking for this one somewhere around 1850-ish. That'd be the next sort of short-term downside target for myself. But that's if and only if Bitcoin continues lower here after this quick little bouncy bounce. All right, we want a Crown rant. Sir, I don't think my voice can handle it right now, man. Dad, what did Mark say, sir? All right. Can we look at pics of Rose's mom on OnlyFans.com? Oh my god. Oh. That's just mean. Ro, with your permission, I'd like to look at pictures of your mother on the internet. Does she have a Twitch channel as well? I'd like to donate for reasons. I hear it's 10 more for the squats. Data Writer says, absolutely loving this format, Crown. Awesome, man. Fuck yeah. Hope everyone is chilling and having a great Wednesday. I can finally catch these. My fucking man. Let's see. Rebellia says, can you look at, oh wait, no, we already looked at Solana. So sorry, man. It looks like you did too, or maybe I double checked it. Tony Bartlick says, Mr. Crown, Mr. Tony, could you please look at Phil USD on the 4 hour? Sure. This is this is Filecoin, right? Yeah, Filecoin. Binance, and I'm talking to myself. Is this Filecoin? Yes, it is Filecoin. I'm glad that you asked. It's like, what the fuck? Probably looking for a little bit more of a bounce on this one. I don't like this one as much as some of the other shitcoins that we've looked at that are looking a little bit in better posturing. But again, within the current context of the market, do I think that it has a short-term bounce here? Yes, I do think that it has a short-term bounce. You didn't ask about an hourly, but I do think that this one probably does try a little bit of a bounce back up towards about 155, 156 region. However, I would be sure... The problem with this thing, man, is there ain't too much history here, and the 4 hour is not giving me too much to be going off of. If anything, the 4 hour is obviously bearish. 4 hour RSI in the bearish control zone, 4 hour TSI in the bearish buy zone. Let's look at a daily. Daily, I'm always going to look for a bounce off the first test of the 21. So this would be so much easier if you asked for the daily, but because it is a 4 hour, I have to say a healthy amount of I don't know. I would likely be looking for a continuation of bounce, and if we could just look at the daily here, just avert your eyes from the lower term timeframes, I'd feel a lot more confidence calling a bounce from here. Probably back up towards 155 region. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Weekly looks fine to me, as long as this is a back filling up. The weekly looks fine to me actually in its current posturing, at least for right now. Now, where would I start to switch around bearish on this one? If you start to close daily dodos below 125, yeah, that would be problems for myself. I'd look for major reversals here, back down well below $100. But again, you didn't really ask for that, so I feel a little bit silly talking about that. But I just don't feel too confident about these short-term timeframes on this one. So I do want to be very open and honest about that. It's important to me to I don't want to have a fucking opinion on someone. I don't have an opinion on something, just for the sake of it. Hey, what's up, Sacred? There he is. There he fucking is, Mr. Sacred himself. My Naz coins is going down. Bad Naz, very bad Naz. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see Tokyo channel here too. Fuck yeah, man. Love that guy. Juliet H says, missed you and Elsa. Oh, missed you too, Mrs. Juliet. Thank you for the emojis. Love the time. Thanks. Awesome. Glad to hear that it works. It seems like it's working out for a lot of people here. This is great. I hope that you have all trained your mind. Is that registered, Panors? Oh, fuck. I've been using that shit all day, and I suppose I owe you a few kickbacks, huh? There he is. Poncho's got it. Tokyo channel says, good evening. About 10:30 p.m. here. You are in Japan, granted your name, and granted that I had ongoing conversations with you for the last 2 years now talking about this. Can you take a look at Moni USD? Yeah, man, I got you. Weekly. Fuck yeah. Okay, nice. We got some weekly and monthly. Oh, okay. All right. This is, I wonder if there's going to be enough history to go going on a monthly, but we can try a weekly, definitely. Bitcoin barely has enough for a monthly, kind of. Weekly looks good long term. I really like higher lows here over a long period of time. This is clearly reaccumulation. I guess I already have this one in. You know what? I can almost assure you, Tokyo channel, that the last time I looked at this chart was the last time that you asked, and it must have been like a year ago, like somewhere around here, and it's still working, I suppose. Very, very reminiscent of what Ripple did. This one even has about similar history to Ripple, and I'd be looking for a similar result to Ripple as well. Clear and obvious breakout region above 280, and I'd be targeting moves towards 550. Again, within the context of the market, generally looking at the market cycle here, do I think that's going to hit there and probably even higher? Yes, I do think so. Is it concerning that this one has not taken off with the rest of the market? At this point is even trailing Ripple? Yes, it is. But at the same time, I think eventually it will get its day in the sun. All major moving averages are switching around to a bullish posture here too. And this one's even getting very, very close to the apex of this triangle that it's currently in. So I'd be looking for this one to make a move probably within the next. This is going out to end of May, early June. So another month and a half. Where I'd be looking for, I'm going to generally favor the market. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Okay, let's see what else we got, man. I see any news in the comments as well. Fuck yeah, man. Michael H, there he is. Mr. Michael H, indeed. Jero says, Crown, can you take a look at Luna USD on Huobi, 4 hour and 12 hour time frame? Luna? No, this is Lena. This is actually Lena. I thought it was Luna like Filicone's dog. Luna! Peanut butter time! Sorry, that was very, very unprofessional. Okay, weekly barely has any information. This is not good. Daily downtrend for the information that we do have. Bad, very bad. Let's see, but you did specifically ask on Huobi, so maybe this has more history. Maybe this is going to turn around my opinion on this, because we don't actually have the worst chart of the day award just yet. I will say, actually, not so bad. Now that what the oh yeah, this one doesn't have enough history for it. So look, if you're looking at this on Huobi, it's going to look better because it just doesn't have too much history. But if you look at it on a chart that actually does, then it looks like it's actually worse. But in this case, I'm gonna have to go with the market here, man. Looking at the daily, we don't even have enough fucking information on the daily here. Look, man, I gotta say, oh no, you did ask for a 4 hour and 12 hour. 4 hours breaking down. 4 hour, I'd look for a continuation of the downside here. Actually, probably move back down, test around somewhere 9 cents. That is. So that's about a 12 hour as well. Let's see, where's the 12 hour right now? 12 hours trying to bounce. Look, man, I don't trust this chart. I'm just going to say this bluntly to you. I don't trust this chart. If I did have to analyze a 12 hour, I'd be bearish on it. And I'd also be looking for a little bit more downside continuation on the 4 hour. Problem is, most of the market is looking for a bounce here. So is it wise to be going against the rest of the market? Typically not, no. I mean, 99% of the time, or more like 90% of the time, that is not the right call to be made. And it'll just generally get floated up with the rest of the market. But, if there is a shitty chart of the day award, this one would be winning it thus far. But I don't think it's warranted just yet. And to be honest with you, I need to reiterate this again. I do not feel comfortable analyzing charts that literally have a couple months of history. This one goes back to basically beginning of January. not specifically what I'm looking for. Rose says Link USD daily W pattern. The cave done Mark B's mom. Mum or mom? Is it mum or mom? I would like to know, actually. Let's go see Link USD over here. 32 and a quarter. And what is this one looking like on a weekly? Because you did, oh no, you said daily W pattern. Weekly still looks good to me. I have no issues with this chart at all. Hidden bullish divergence come off that last low alongside the edge of the bullish control zone. To me, this is a major opportunity of what you're looking at right now. Looking at a daily right here, is this a W? I've never really been a huge fan of like a W formation. Is this technically a W? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Again, I favor the upside here, and this one's actually pretty damn similar to. It looks very similar to like some that we looked at maybe 20 minutes ago. Look, as long as, well, especially as long as you're riding the 21, but this local low right here, as long as that condition, or sorry, as long as it's not below that region, 29 and a third, 29 and 30 cents, that is, I'm just going to be generally favoring the upside. Weekly, I think, is a lot more obvious. Divergences on the upside as well. Weekly TSI is in the critical zone, which I actually look at as a generally good thing for the most part. I still look at this one as trending in motion. Let's see what the monthly looks like, actually. Monthly still looks okay to me too. Stair stepping up, but is starting to lose momentum over the long term. At least for right now, I do still favor the upside, man. If this area does get taken out, though, I would look for another move back down to about 24 and a third. And that is a decent move right there. I mean, 29 and a third to 24 and a third. I think that would be like a 15 to 20% move. Let's see, 15.5% move actually. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I actually do like that for a bit of a basing, at least for the time being. Okay, what else we got? Ricky Bobby says, I'm in Mara at 69 cents like a pro. Holy shit, man. Bag holding for now. Let's see exactly where. I don't even remember the numbers there, but the percentages were insane on this one, right? This one's off the fucking charts. That's what it looks like. Oh yeah, so oh my god, man. Okay, so Ricky Bobby has best trade of the day award, although he didn't really necessarily make the trade today, but this was back in June of 2020. Looks like he got in around 69 cents, and he's actually never even really been tested. Sir, you have made one of the best trades I think I've ever seen. That's an 8,000% gainer. God damn, man, nicely done. So I suppose when I'm looking at like the short-term stuff on this chart right here, it's probably not too relevant for you. So yeah, fair enough, man. Hey, all good, man. I'm glad to hear that though, man. That is some seriously good shit. Man, you can look. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, man. But again, look, if you got in at this level right here, you basically did perfectly. You bought what was a higher low. Yeah, you were tested for a second, but you literally got in at the reversal. Weekly reversal was had above that 114 level. I mean, you traded that one phenomenally well, man. I didn't do that shit for you. I probably would have avoided this one like the plague until it actually got back above 115. Still would have been a good trade even from that posturing, but god damn, man, you fucking killed it right there. Well done, man. Well done. Hey, what's up, Abraham? Mr. Leanin is in the house. Every day the market is down. I can't help but say, oh no, my Cardano's. I don't even have Cardano either. I know, man, but it's really fun to say now, isn't it? Good to see you, man. Jimmy Baca says, just giving a shout out. Been a while. Yeah, man, it's been too long, actually. Thanks for all you do, man. Hey, my pleasure. And glad to see you back in the house, brother. Let's see. Spencer Smith says, hey, Crown, could you peep CVC for me? I'm also hodling 300 algos and 30 cents suggestions. Well, I'm not going to do the trade for you, but you're in, well, CVC, I happen to know is a shitcoin. This was This was Vinny Langham's shitcoin, right? From way back in the day. Civic, yeah. I wonder, this thing probably never did anything. And what do you know? Gets a free chance to rally as well. I'd actually be bullish on this one, man. Look, this thing is literally a fucking shitcoin. This thing is probably not going to do like anything actually. Well, look, I actually haven't done the research into this one, but I just assume it's probably garbage. Here's the thing, though. Is it likely to rally with the rest of the market? Probably yes. I do think that this bounce is a lot more anemic compared to other assets. You did not give a time frame, though, so I don't really know where you want me to go with this one. Here's the thing, though. If you're actually right on a warning signal, at least in the way that I look at things. Any sort of a daily close, literally below where we're at right now, at 50 cents. So this is kind of like the maximum area of risk reward in the way that I look at things. And I'd be looking for a big move down to about 40 cents. I mean, that is quite the move right there, about a 20% move. Daily RSI says down, daily TSI says down as well. So I would actually favor the downside, maybe a little bit more down on this one, like 47 cents. And then depending upon the daily closure, I might be looking further downside. But again, that would just be contrary to the rest of the market. The weekly is not bearish, at least in its current posturing. So a lot kind of would need to happen for me here in order for me to get bearish. So I feel like I need to say these things just because if I don't, the general thing is that this whole market's going to move together. And in this case right here, while this one does look like it wants to come down, probably does bounce. Serperator says, hey, Crown, love the new time. Fuck yeah, man. ENJ USD, 4-hour daily Binance. ENJ. All right, symbol ENJ. Oh, man, it's almost my feeding time, too. And you're looking at cryptos. You're looking at Engine Coin right here. You want to look at a 4-hour in daily. Let's look at a 4-hour first. 4-hour looks a little bit like a bouncy bounce to me, like most things in this market. I mean, again, you're kind of basically seeing all these charts mesh into one. This one also has like a natural support right around this last prior low at about $2 even. So I would be looking for a bit of a bounce on this region, probably back up at the very least to officially test the 200 simple, but that's not too much from where we're at right now. Probably like 2.25 if I had to guess. The daily, however, which you also asked about, this one's a little more difficult for me. This actually would confirm bearish divergence right here. We'd also see a daily jewel sell signal. I mean, this one's actually already playing out. This one fired off on the 3rd of April right here. So it didn't get the ultimate high, but it did get the momentous high, at least in the way that I look at things. To be honest, man, I'd probably be looking for another move to the downside on this one. Probably somewhere down around 175 to 177 region. Weekly looks a lot more toppy than others. I will say this one looks a lot more toppy than others. And again, put this one in perspective. This is a fucking phenomenal run. 2,200% over the last, 3 months? Yeah, 3-4 months. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive indeed. John says, hey, can you please tell me the future of ADB? Unfortunately, TA does not do anything of the sorts. ADB, as far as you can see, I went pretty deep in it a couple weeks back with heart eyes emoji. Man, that is literally my least favorite emoji of all time. I don't know why, and obviously, like, you didn't fucking know that, but man, oh man, there's nothing more egregious than looking on crypto Twitter and being like, and like reading some fucking inspirational quote of like how Bitcoin's gonna make you rich by doing nothing, and then heart emoji, or like I heart emoji, I heart emoji, I heart emoji. Just like, fuck! Stop it. Fucking stop it. All right, let's see. Binance, or is this a thing? Wait, what? ADB. Okay. Oh, no, this is a stock. Sir, I don't know what exchange you want me to go to for this one. There's a lot of different exchanges here that could be relevant. Maybe, are you talking about Adobe? No, that would be symbol ADBE. I'm going to usually default to American markets, but we don't even see anything in American markets here. Maybe you're talking about Adobe on German markets. That would probably be one of the more popular ones. It's pretty good, actually. If this is what you're looking at, which I don't know, maybe you're probably looking at a crypto, but if you're looking at this, pretty fucking good, actually. I'll be looking for another move back up to like 430 and probably new all-time highs. Weekly RSI is very, 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 very good here. I would actually be very bullish on this one. Weekly TSI just about to cross into the bullish buy zone as well. I really, really like that, but I fear that that's not what you're looking at. I fear maybe you're looking at some no, that's really all that comes up. Or maybe it's this. No. Oh yeah, it's probably, oh god damn it, it's probably this. All right, man, we just saw one of the better charts of the day. Let's see what the crypto landscape has for us. Oh, fuck! We have the worst chart of the day award. Oh yeah, it's ADB, Ad Bank. Derp Bank. All right, yeah, so that one's pretty bad. Pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. Matt Lewis says, hey, Crown, good to see you. Good to see you too, man. Love the new time. Can you look at SILJ on Arca? Sure. SIL, nice, a real stock. Man, that one was so good. Oh, man. The stock ADB, really fucking good. The crypto, absolute shit. Why? Are you talking about this right here? Okay, weekly, monthly. Gotcha. All right. Weekly's consolidation at a high level. I mean, technically speaking, you're kind of in an uptrend. Oh, it's like a junior silver miners or something. Let's see what the monthly looks like. Monthly looks a little more toppy, but long term actually do favor this one. I do like the monthly higher low right here, and I do think that this one will probably come down on the monthly a bit, maybe back down to like $13. But long term, I think that's actually preparing for a reversal here. To be honest with you, it looks decent. In fact, maybe even the weekly is getting ready right now. Let's see what the quarterly looks like here. Yeah, quarterly looks a little bit short term toppy here, so. On volume as well, so I probably would be favoring some downside first, and then look for an upside move maybe over the next few years. But short or guess in the short term within the context of a quarterly, I'd be looking probably back down somewhere around like that's going to take some time though, man. That's going to take a lot of time. Weekly still looks good, to be fair though. Long term, if that is what you're concerned with, which it sounds like you likely are, I do still favor the up. All right, Philson says Link USD. We already looked at it a few times, man. We can look at it again. Actually, quarterly is good right there. I still like the weekly, man, at least in its current posturing. Yeah, Mark says, hey, Crown and Elsa, what's up, man? Love the new time. Fuck yeah. You've got the perfect mix of TA and fight. Thanks, man. You and Elsa are hilarious together. Can you look at Neo BTC on the daily, please? Neo BTC. Holy fuck, man. Look, I really appreciate the compliments, but I fear that you're going to be offended by what I'm going to probably say about this piece of highly esteemed technology, that is. All right, Neo BTC. Oh, no, motherfucker! Goddamn shitcoin police haven't been called all day, and now they got a real massive shitcoin on the loose. Take them away, boys. This one needs to be locked the fuck up. Garbage, sir. Hot fucking garbage. While everything else has been rallying even versus Bitcoin, this thing still a piece of absolute dog ola shit ola. Bad, man, really fucking bad. I wouldn't be surprised to see this one continue its current rally a little bit more. Might even stab back up to like 1450 and maybe even 15 even. But long term, man, there is zero reason for me to believe that this is reversing anytime soon. After it doesn't even know how to go up, man. It's never had a weekly uptrend. It just goes down. It just goes fucking down. I have to say that it's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad, in fact. Ricky Bobby says, Crown, you changed my life, honestly. I know all caps, but I love you, dude. Man, I'm glad to hear that, man. But brother, look, I'm really happy to hear that. It really honestly is like a joy to hear that you've had some sort of a positive influence in someone else's life. But I always want to push that back on you, for doing the actual actions. Because at the end of the day, man, you put in the trades yourself, man. And here's the thing, like, I need to believe that for myself. I need to believe that that's true, because we all want to be like going on our parallel journeys towards somewhere, better for ourselves, and we can kind of relate to each other on that journey. And that's where, one person who's gone on like somewhat similar journey but has learned something slightly different than you, they can come together and actually will learn from each other. And probably I could do that from you. I certainly could. I mean, you did something spectacular with that trade there. I mean, fuck, man, that's an 8,000% move in a year, sir. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Hey, what's up, 420? Another OG of the cave. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Bo says, hey man. Hey, what's up? What's up, Bo? Sup, brah? Hello, brah. Would like to hear your thoughts on SNTVT versus Ethereum. Look, man, I just want to remind you before we look at this, you don't need to trade this thing versus Ethereum if you don't want to. It apparently trades versus Bitcoin too. Only on very illiquid exchanges, so fair enough. It looks like that's just what the doctor ordered on this one. Even this one's better than fucking Neo BTC, but this is SNTV versus Ethereum, so a little bit different. I'd actually be looking for a little more upside here based off the weekly. Let's go down to a daily. Yeah, daily's still looking okay for some short-term upside. Big level at about 1340 region. 1340 right here is where I'd be kind of keeping an eye on. Above there, I'd actually get very, very macro bullish for probably retest of all-time highs. But this would be the next really big test for myself. Again, within the context of the market, most things are taking out similar areas. Probably doesn't. It's certainly not in the strong category of this rotational market, but at least it gets a. All right, Tony Fernando, what's up, Tony? Hey, Crown, can you check out OMG USD Daily? Finally broke even, motherfucker. OMG USD, the best name for a shitcoin. It's OMG, literally fucking OMG. I finally broke even. I'm happy for you, sir, but my voice can't take exactly what I want to say about this piece of shit here. Look, I mean, it is going to join the rest of the market. Yeah, it is obviously turning the corner here. Yeah, you got some weekly higher lows as well. Momentum carrying this one up. Hidden bullish divergence into the bullish control zone on the last tick. Yeah, it's probably going to head up to like 19 or $20, to be honest with you. But a shitcoin nonetheless, no doubt about that. So, again, similar to the last one, very likely joins the rest of the market. Definitely not on the strong side of the equation, however. Thank you for that, Chimero. Thank you for that, man. But it would be lovely. It'd be great to have like a conversation with it too. All right, cool. Where? Hold on. I feel like I just missed one. No, apparently that's it right there. Goddamn, Ricky Bobby, man, you are incredibly generous human being, my friends. Thank you, massive thank you. I don't want to appear as if I'm ungrateful. But I do want to say massive gratitude. I'll leave it at that. Massive gratitude, man. That is really, really humbling. Truly, I want to look in the camera and actually like really emphasize that point because it really is, man. These are things that like I actually spend time thinking about a lot, like often in the right mindset at night. If you can guess what happens. Hugh Roberts says DSGT OTC Daily Weekly. Okay, this is looking like we're into the last one here. My voice is absolutely fucking wrecked today. DSG Global. Shit. It trades on OTC. This thing is no better, no worse than a shitcoin. And it looks like it's getting the shitcoin treatment right here, man. Yeah, you got some hidden bullish evidence coming off this. Maybe it does have another short-term move back up to like 77 or 75 cents. Long-term, though, I see no reason to be bullish on this thing, especially as long as it's below $1.50. I'll be looking for this one to very likely come back down to that prior low and probably make new all-time lows. But short-term, does it have a little bit of a rally here? Maybe. And if it gets back above 150, yeah, I could switch around to bullish for big moves up to, oh my God, like $35. What the fuck? That's quite the move. Pretty good risk reward right there. That's a 35x for the love of God, 30x for the love of God. But I'm looking at this as a fail. Another failed rally, as all rallies fail in this asset over time. All right, I think there's one more comment that Elsa sent me over here. DSGT. Wait, no. Oh no, he just said that. Okay, nice. All right, so I think that's it, man. I'm not going to do a wrap up today because my voice is actually wrecked. This morning's video pretty much has my thoughts summarized, and the beginning of this video has my thoughts fully set out. But overall, man, if I just had to briefly wrap it up. Bitcoin, extremely short-term time frames, very likely bounce back up here, assuming that the bounce fails to get back above, let's call it 58,500 or even 57.1 for that matter. I don't really think that there's any short-term reversal to be spoken about. Very likely Bitcoin does come back down, test around the 2.272, which is also synonymous with this rising trend line right here from our last couple of lows around this region right here. Also synonymous as the 55 actually gets pulled up there as well, although not necessarily as much. 12 hours is a little bit better in that case on the 89. And then on top of that, that is, of course, the CME futures gap from a couple weeks ago, a couple of Fridays ago, that is. So I still do look at this as a likely area. You can maybe even argue that maybe we've already even tested this right now. So again, I do want to overlay another condition for, again, looking for a long-term reversal, have to take out the last prior low right here, 51.5, obvious. To the upside, however, long-term, I still remain with the bullish bias. I am still bullish long-term as long as we do not take out 51.5. And I'll be looking for big bounces at 54, 54.5, assuming that Bitcoin gets down around there. If Bitcoin were to reverse on the short-term timeframes here, you will know with Bitcoin getting back above about 58.5 region, and then I could I could potentially get bullish in the short term once again. But for right now, a little bit of a short term bounce, probably some medium term continuation to the downside, and then try another bounce from a little bit lower posturing as everyone gets scared as hell. So with that said, I want to wish everyone the best of the best. Massive thank you for coming out on this kind of impromptu late day stream, and I want to wish everyone well. It's been an absolute pleasure. Really good conversations, and I salute everyone here. I need to go rest my voice and eat a shit ton of meat. Take care, much love, and until next time.